Merry Christmas!
Yes.
Okay, not quite yet.
We're here. We're
We
live.
We are live. Are we live? Hello? Hello? All right.
Just say ouch.
Ouch. Do it again. Ouch.
Okay, good.
There we
Good
go.
job. Hi, everybody.
I am alive. All right. My name is Doug Yullenbrock. I am the Director of Events with FMCA, or now known as FRVA,
Yes.
Family RV Association. That'll be kind of a big part of our event down in Perry. So we'll be talking more about that as we get closer. And I'm sure you've already seen some of the FRVA information, maybe some logos, some different things coming out. So a lot more coming about that here in the near future. Sitting to my right, your left, maybe, I don't know. This is Barb Filer.
Hi.
She is, what is your role?
Event manager and the manager.
Right. And sometimes she does better than others.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm questioning how well she's doing her job.
You're unmanageable.
We're going to be talking today about the Perry Convention, which is the Return to Perry Lafitte's Lost Treasure Convention. And there's a little bit of a story background to that. Lafitte, Jean Lafitte was a pirate. He was a real person. And he roamed around the New Orleans area back in the early 1800s, right around the time of the Louisiana Purchase. And he became such a good pirate because when New Orleans became part of the United States government said, you don't get no more of the good stuff you've been getting from Europe and everything to put an embargo on. So Lafitte said, well, the people in New Orleans still want all this stuff. So he became a pirate, started smuggling all that stuff in to the New Orleans area. And that's how he got started in his career as a pirate in the southern part of the new United States, which, added Louisiana and quite a bit other area during that purchase. So there'll be more to the story about how this fits into Perry, our Perry Convention, because it seems like there is really no correlation or match for that, but there is more to the story, and we'll be telling that as we go forward.
And we're having a darn good time playing with it.
We are having some fun with the pirate thing. We certainly hope that those who are coming to Perry play it up as well, have fun with it, dress like a pirate, talk like a pirate, decorate your RV like a pirate ship. We're gonna do all that kind of stuff. So please prepare yourself to be a pirate for 3 or 4 days when you're in Perry, Georgia. Today, this is our first live Q&A, so we're gonna get started and talk pretty much in general terms about what to expect at this event. This is mostly for first timers, but I know we do have quite a few other folks who have been to conventions before. Tune in. So we're going to give you kind of an overview of some of the things that we're going to be doing, some of the things that you should expect, not only at the event, but as we move closer to the event, because a lot of things are going to, once we turn into the new year, a lot of stuff's going to start happening. We're going to be getting information to you on a more regular basis. We're going to be sending you things. You're going to be seeing more info out there, both on email, on our social media presence about this event. So we're excited. We've been working on this, and we've been coming up with some ideas and working with some different people. So I can't wait to start sharing that with everybody who's planning to come.
First of all, I'd like to say hello to Chris and Jim. Thanks for tuning in. We have Slidell, Louisiana in the house.
Absolutely.
Like that.
We do have about 1,250 registered RVs right at this moment. We're hoping, I'd love to get to 2,000. That would really make me very happy if we could get that kind of crowd back to Perry. I know for folks who've been around a while, we used to get regularly 5,000 come there. I would love to see, obviously I love to see that number. I don't think that's probably going to happen, but 2,000 I think is realistic. So if you have friends, you have neighbors, you're going to be traveling south and staying at resorts, down in Florida or down in the southern part of the U.S. Invite your neighbors, invite your friends to join you when you come up to Perry in March.
Invite strangers.
Yes,
anybody.
Tell them all. Anybody who has an RV, they are welcome. We want everybody to come up and see what we're doing there. And then if they decide to become a member of a Family RV Association, we certainly will welcome them with open arms. Correct?
Open arms.
Open arms.
Open arms.
Okay. All right.
Hi, Roger. You're not chopped liver some days. And hi, John and Sharon
Yeah.
from Pennsylvania.
Get lots of folks coming on here.
Yeah, welcome. And
All
got
right,
any
we
questions?
got
They're just
Roger
checking
Roy.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
All right. Glad you're all here. We're going to start talking about this here thing. The convention is March 12th through 15th, and it is in Perry, Georgia. For those who are familiar with it or even aren't familiar with it, if you drive up 75 and you go past Perry, you can't miss us. When we're there, you're going to see the RVs all parked right along the highway on the west side of the grounds. It's quite a spectacle when we are all in there and it's going to town. We get a lot of people who wonder what the heck is going on there with so many RVs all parked in one spot, and it is a neat experience for those who have been there and those who have seen it. Let's get on to our little thing here. All right.
Can we review real quick?
What do you want to review, Barbie?
Okay, good. The show will start. It starts on the 15th, but we are, is my right? 12th. Sorry. But we are parking the 10th and the 11th. So don't let that confuse you. And that is no extra charge. And then we have you leave on the 16th. So it's a full 4-day show.
Yes. So, and as Barb mentioned, we have various parking days for different people, and we do this for a reason. We have a lot of our volunteers. Some of our volunteers come in very early. Our parking team and some other folks come in super early. They'll come in the week before and start setting up and doing different things. We have most of our volunteers. We have them coming in on Sunday, the 9th, and Monday, the 10th. For most other folks, we'll have them come in on the 10th as well. And this is because, we want to get you in there so you're not coming in on the last day, missing things, stuff like that. We would love to get our first timers in on Monday. And then we have a reason for that as well. If you're a first timer, you've never been to Perry before, maybe you've never been to a convention before, we want you to be as comfortable and as confident when you show up as possible when this show starts. So we want to get you in there Monday. We want to get you settled in. Get you, you can get out, put your stuff outside, put your awning out, put your chairs out, do all that kind of stuff. Go walk around the grounds, just kind of check it out. On Tuesday, we have all kinds of activities going on. We have our walkabouts where you'll join a volunteer and they'll give you a walking guided tour of all the things that are going to be there, the different buildings, where things are going to be happening, that kind of stuff. In the afternoon, we have our first timers orientation in the Reeves Arena. So you'll come there and you'll find out all about what's going to happen during this 4-day event, as Barb mentioned. After that, we have the chapter fair. After that, we do other things that evening. So once this thing gets started, it's just going to roll and roll and roll. We want you to be comfortable from the get-go. So that's why we bring you in Monday, let you get acclimated so that you're not waking up on Wednesday morning absolutely overwhelmed with the whole thing. We will have things going on Monday, and as I mentioned, Tuesday. As Barb mentioned, the expo portion of the show, the seminars, all that kind of stuff begins on Wednesday, runs Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday, you go to entertainment that evening. After that, then the official part of the event is over. We invite you to stay overnight. We ask that you leave between 9 and noon the next day. Electricity will be turned off at 9. We'd love for you to be out of there at noon from the grounds. If you're planning on staying over, we have information that you can talk to the fairgrounds about as far as staying over and what they're going to charge, where they want you to park, all that kind of stuff. So a lot of that information will be in our confirmation guide and future things that we are sending out to you.
And for everybody arriving on the 10th, you can also arrive on the 11th if your travels don't get you in the right place at the right time. Don't panic about arriving after. It's just we give you the 10th. We want you to be there, but don't panic if you can't. And
we do encourage, if you choose to, come in a day early. I mean, you can come in a day earlier. You would say you want to come in on Sunday. We don't encourage a lot of folks to come in Saturday, but if you want to come in Saturday as well, you can come in earlier like that. There will be a $40 charge for each night that you come in early that way. So if you want to come in on Saturday and Sunday and you're not expected to be there until Monday, then it'll be $40 a night. If you want to come in Sunday and pay the extra $40, we'll get you parked and you'll be good. If you have to come in as a volunteer, if we ask you to come in early, you do not have to pay any additional. It's only if you come in before your expected day, which will be on your arrival card, that will charge that fee. And it's payable by cash or check when you come in with the parking team.
Just so you know, we have lots of first timers every checking in. We got Maryland in the house, Wisconsin. It's going to be a good. This is going to be a good, informative show.
Slide on down there. I think we
You
had
a question about a map. Map of the parking places.
Yeah, there is no map of the actual parking places. When you arrive, depending on what your parking is, the parking team will take you to your location and get parked. If you're a full hookup, then they'll take you to the full hookup lot and you'll get parked there. If you're 30 amp or 50 amp, they'll take you to the lot that they're working on there. If you are arriving with folks, your friends, your neighbors, whatever, and you're coming as a caravan, whatever, you have to be there, and to be parked together, you have to arrive together, or you have to be taken to the parking lot together. We don't save spots, and we don't assign spots. You get parked as you arrive. So if you're coming with your friends, make sure you're all together when it's time to go get parked.
You don't need to, they want to know if they need to notify ahead of time if they come in a different day on the 11th.
If you're coming in, if your arrival day is the 10th and you come in the 11th, you don't need to notify anyone. No, just come on in. Parking team will be out there ready to take you and get you parked.
Hello, Wisconsin. Hello, Texas. April, from what time can the first timers arrive on the 10th? The
parking team works from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. each day. So you can show up earlier than 8 a.m. if you want, but they will not start parking until that time. I encourage folks to come in early in the day. The later in the day it gets, the more congested and crowded the parking operation is, just because a lot of folks show up, maybe 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and they want to get parked when the parking team's trying to get everybody in as quickly as possible. If you show up in the morning, it'll be a lot easier for you to come in, get parked, get settled.
Just bring your patients out with you that day. It's just fun. Pack a lunch.
Nina says, will you be allowing electric bicycles on the grounds? Yes, you can bring your electric bicycle. Understand,
5 miles an hour.
5 miles an hour is the speed limit all around the grounds. Make sure you bring a lock if you need to lock it up. We also say, whether it's an electric bicycle, whether it's a golf cart, any of those things, you need to make sure you're insured with that apparatus, no matter what it is. Make sure that you are covered in case there's some sort of accident or something happens, while you're riding it. We do have a large number of pedestrians running around there, so we need to be very careful when you are riding those bikes, golf carts, anything else, that you're paying attention and not impeding those folks who are getting around by foot.
I heard there's a get together on Monday night for the first timers from Melissa.
Well, Melissa, it's not just for first timers. It's going to be for everyone, anyone and everyone who is there. So we'll have information about that. As we get closer, where it's at, what times it's taking place. So anybody who's on grounds, anybody who we've asked to come in is certainly invited to participate in that get together.
It's usually just a low key break the ice kind of event. It's not the big show yet.
So no, it's not a big show. It's a get together where we'll give you an opportunity to get together with other folks who are there. We may have some entertainment. We'll have some games, things like that. It's as Barb said, it's kind of a break the ice kind of thing.
Yeah, let's see. When will I just want to see app.
The app will not be app will not be operational until a couple weeks before the event. We have to get the program done. We have to get all that information together before we can load it into the app and then make it available. Still, there's plenty of time for you to get on the app and do all the scheduling that you need to do with that. We'll have the digital program out the middle of February so that you can download that. You can look at that ahead of time. There's just a lot of work we have to do to get the program done and then take all that information from the program and throw it into the app.
Hi, Marilyn. Looking forward. Okay. Oh, thank you. We do a great job.
Can you bring your own golf cart?
Oh,
yes, you can bring your own golf cart. As I mentioned, though, make sure you have insurance on it.
Videos. Thought I might enjoy hearing it. Oh.
Well, we'll have to, Randy. We'll have
we'll have
to
to do
maybe
that.
check out that song and see what you got there. Ken asks, have confirmation packets been sent out yet? Ken, confirmation packets will not go out until after the early bird deadline, which is the 15th. We'll begin sending out confirmation packets on the 22nd of January. If you are in your location and you provided the address that you're going to be at the beginning of February, you should have no problem. If you need to change that address, or you or anyone, please let us know so we can get your shipping address adjusted so that confirmation packet will get to you at the right address.
Yes, we've had several people call in and thinking about this, and I really appreciate it. That they won't be at the address they are when they registered. They're going to be somewhere else. So please call us and we'll get that shipping address corrected. You're welcome, Brian.
If we
Like to get service.
yeah. There will be service. There will be service opportunities available. A lot of that information will be coming out later. We are talking to our different vendors about who's going to provide what kind of service, how they're going to do signups, that type of thing. We have a number of our vendors, our commercial members will be doing service on a sign-up basis beforehand. So you'll get an email list, or you'll get something where you'll contact them ahead of time and get signed up for service. We also have, during the event on that Wednesday morning, an opportunity for you to go meet companies to get service set up. After that is over at noon, then you'll go and visit the vendors at their booths or at their RV displays to set up your service. So there are a number of things. Typically, the way the service works, unless there's a reason to move your RV, they come to you. You'll tell them where you're located. They'll come find you, and then they'll do the service at the area where you are parked.
New app. No, unfortunately.
No, we are still using the same app. We're trying to make it better. We're working with the company. It got a little bit better the last time. We are, we're using the same app, and we will probably be using it for a while. We are kind of in there with them, and we're working with them, and they're working with us to make it as good as we can possibly make it.
Can they still register? Absolutely.
Absolutely. Give us a call, 800-543-3622, or go online, fmca.com, and you can register online. We have Allison's back there right now. You want to give us a call and you can get registered, find out, more information about it on the fmca.com website. Click events, then you'll see some options. Under that, check out the Return to Perry, Lafitte's Lost Treasure link. Click that, and there's a whole bunch of options there that you can go in and look around about. As I mentioned, we're going to have a lot more information coming out once we turn the first of the year.
I just lost it. Why do I click and it goes away? Ken Lewis liked your haircut, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you.
And Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for the nice wish. Can you tell where we are?
Go ahead, go down. We are new members. Just found out.
Fast.
We're looking to buy either Cricket or Mantis for the vendors during rally.
What is service?
They're talking about buying something. If you're buying something at the event, you're going to have to probably just talk to your insurance company and see how they cover that. A lot of it's covered under your homeowners or your RV insurance. You'll just have to find out, if I'm going to buy something like this, how do I get insured? Or what do I have to do? Is it covered under my insurance that I already have? So I would say talk to whoever your agent is and find out that kind of information from them. I don't know what your policies are, so I would say go talk to those folks and they can give you more specific details on what needs to be done that way.
Carol asked, what is service?
Carol, service is if your RV needs to have something done to it, whether it's the steps aren't working, your slide outs, something happened with your slide outs. You need your DirecTV dish worked on, or things like that. Anything that might need to be corrected, fixed on your RV. We do have service companies there. All the towing companies, they'll be there to service, your tow bars, your base plates, that kind of stuff. So, you can certainly find out on our, we're going to have information about who the service providers are and whether it's something that your RV needs work on.
lost it, but there was somebody who said, will there be a dress like a pirate night?
We'll be doing some piratey things pretty much Thursday night. It looks like that's going to be the night we're going to really get going on that. We'll be doing our parade that night. And it is called what's it called? The parade is called the I know I got it on here. It's the Way Anchor Parade, and then we have the Shiver Me Timbers Chapter Fest will be that night. We'll be doing some piratey things. We expect everyone to dress up, get their golf carts decorated, all that kind of stuff for the parade, and then for the subsequent Chapter Fest that evening.
Will there be a list of restaurants?
Probably not. We've never really done that before. We do have restaurants in the area, and maybe we can put something together like that. Perry's a very small town, and if you go online, go on Google, you can find all the restaurants that are there. We will have the CDB there during the event, and they may have lists of the restaurants in the Perry area. They have the small downtown area, which has about 4 or 5 restaurants, and then there's another street exit north of where the fairgrounds are. And there's everything up there. There's Red Lobster, there's Longhorn, there's Mexican, there's all the fast food up there. There's a couple barbecue places. So there's quite a few restaurants in that area. We'll see if we can do something like that. We never have, but maybe we'll work with the CBB to see if either they can give us something or we know that they'll be bringing something.
They were going to give us a sheet with discount stuff for all the restaurants that want to welcome us. We'd like to know more about volunteer opportunities.
The volunteer opportunities, you can maybe talk about that. I know some of our volunteer groups have already, reached their need, and we don't need any more folks for those. But I know there are some that still do, and maybe you can talk about what we're still looking for.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're a first timer or all the timer, but the list of all the volunteer opportunities or what they are, descriptions are on the Information Central under the volunteer icon. And they can kind of describe the different things. But right now we're looking only for security, seminars. There might be some info center. We need our mentors to step up a little more and trams. So those, and then all the descriptions will be under Information Central, what they are.
We'll accept any volunteers. I'm not going to say that, but we encourage first timers who are going to their first event not to volunteer because they're already going to be running around, experiencing the event for the first time, and throwing a volunteer opportunity in there. And a lot of the, when you sign up for a volunteer, they don't want you to just work for an hour. They'd like for you to give 3 hours, 4 hours, spread maybe over a few days. So if you're a first timer, maybe not volunteer this time, volunteer the next time you come back, whether that's next year or later this year or in a couple years from now. Or
a seminar would be good, probably, if you really wanted to, because we're not going to tell you not to.
Well, seminar volunteer is kind of cool because if you're going to go to the seminar anyway, and you're planning to do it, it's kind of a 2-for-1 kind of thing. You can go to the seminar, do what you're going to do anyway, and then, help out as the monitor of the seminar. With some and there's not a whole lot you have to do with that.
It's moving. Food trucks on the grounds.
We
maybe you can do. I don't know. It just won't. I don't know who's taking over it. It's possessed.
Where'd it go?
Missing a lot here.
As far as food trucks, we will not have food trucks on the ground. The grounds has its own catering and concessions service, so we will have concessions on the ground. Unless something changes and they decide to bring some food trucks in, they kind of oversee any food things on the fairgrounds. So I doubt that we'll have food trucks there. I can tell you this: in Redmond we had food trucks, and I hate to say it, but they didn't get used enough, and that. It's kind of a problem because then they get mad at us for ordering food trucks and nobody goes and uses them. So the concessions that they have at Perry are very good. They do some great work there. They have some good options, so I think you'll be very happy with the food choices there.
So we encourage you to use them if we have them, if just once. Thank you we love our dinosaur.
Roger wants to know if he misbehaves, what is the water temperature? I'm guessing in March, the water temperature will be about 40, Roger. So you may want to dress warmly.
Wear your wetsuit.
Wear your wetsuit and your big parka.
Facebook, you got it going on. Ooh.
If you want to look at this video again, it will be posted on the website and on our YouTube page. So you can check that out. It'll be on the first timers page on the website, and then I don't even know how you get to the actual YouTube page. I can't tell you how to do that, but I know FMCA has a YouTube page, and you can find it there. I think the links, you can click the links that are available that have been out on social and the e-blast, and you can get to it.
Ladies luncheon, is it posted yet? I don't think it is.
Ladies luncheon for what?
Menu?
No, it hasn't been posted yet. We're in the middle of doing some different things that we need to get done. I know Carolyn D and Bill have put together a nice luncheon with some very descriptive entree and menu items. So we're going to get that out to folks so they can see what they're going to be having during the luncheon. Right now it's sold out. I suspect that we'll probably have some cancellations along the way and may end up with some additional seats available. So we'll make that known as we get closer to the event.
Food trucks. Thank you. Okay, I guess we can move on a little bit. Can we put that on Information Central, maybe? A little luncheon icon, maybe? No, it said yes. So we'll put it up there. We'll get it started there.
Okay. One of the things that is kind of a big time part of the convention is the seminars that we do. They will begin on Wednesday at 9 o'clock. On the crafts signups will be on Wednesday morning. So if you're interested in taking a craft or doing a craft, you would sign up that morning in the info center. They don't start till the next day, so you can get signed up and then begin the next day with the craft. So you don't have to worry about signing up and then going straight there for something. But we do have our seminars starting that morning, and they'll go throughout the day. Each and every day, we start at 9 o'clock. We end at 3:30 or 3:30. I believe is the end of our last one.
Yep, 2:30.
So, and Barb will have very soon a list of the seminars. And then as we get closer, as I mentioned, the digital issue of the program will come out with all the information about the seminars. And then the app will show up later where you can actually do your own scheduling on the app. Go ahead.
All the seminar spots are pretty much filled. There's a few openings here and there, but we've got a full schedule. So look forward to that.
The RV display, the expo portion of the RV displays in the indoor, that will start on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Runs from 1 to 5 on Wednesday, from 9 to 5 Thursday and Friday, and 9 to 3 on Saturday. That's where it's in the Miller Murphy Howard building are the indoor. Across the street from Miller Murphy Howard is the Midway, and that's where the RV displays will be. And out front, we'll have our demo units as well. That's kind of the sales portion of the event. And, we have a good number. I think Miller Murphy Howard's about sold out of exhibitors who are going to be there across the street at the RV display. I know Tina's in the process of signing up more and more RV dealers and manufacturers. So we should have a good run of new and pre-owned RVs for sale across the street. Another thing that's new this year, and we're going to be talking a lot more about this. We sent a press release out last week, and there's going to be more and more information about that. Is in the Georgia Grown building, we're going to have what's called the RV There Yet Discovery Zone, and it's going to be kind of a combination of exhibit hall, an RV display, a seminar room, games, just a whole lot of different activity going to be going on in the Georgia Grown building. And it's going to kind of be centered around the Discovery Channel's RV There Yet television show. And the hosts of that show are Kevin and Patrice McCabe. And I just met with them last week. Great folks. They're really excited to be doing this, and they're excited to be part of FMCA and helping grow FRVA and introduce everyone to this new organization as we change our name and become a more inclusive group of RVers. We're going to be doing all kinds of fun things with them. They're going to have some special seminars. They're going to show some clips from some of their TV shows, and they're going to show some previews of upcoming shows. Now, one of the great things about having them there is they're actually going to be filming a series show at our event. So a future telecast of their episode of one of their shows is going to be based on the Perry Convention. So, if you're there, you might end up being on TV. I'm sure they're going to be wanting to talk to a number of attendees who are participating. They're going to be participating in everything. They already got their pirate costumes set. They're going to be doing all the same things that you'll be doing while you're there. So I'm super excited about it. Like I said, they're great people. They are interested in having a good time. That's kind of that's what they do. They have fun with RVing, and they're gonna make sure that you're having fun as well. So we're gonna have all kinds of information and different things going on in the Georgia Grown building, and we certainly want you to come and check that out and see what they have going on over there.
In the meantime, get on YouTube and look them up and watch some of their episodes.
Yeah, if you go, you can go on their website on the Discovery Channel. They have their own website. They have all their episodes out there for you to go and watch, and they are very entertaining. I just watched one yesterday from when they were in Cincinnati, and they went to a bunch of places I've been to, so that's kind of cool.
This could be your 15 minutes of fame, right?
That's right. That's right.
Could be it. Okay.
Let's see. We get any more questions?
Well, we have
come
to
in?
ask Mrs. Dees, but will the dress for the ladies' luncheon be pirate attire? I'm not sure. Maybe she hears that. She could give us that answer.
I don't know. I don't know if there's any
it will be,
specifics about that.
Yeah, probably the decorations will be, but I'm not sure if you have to dress the part.
Lucy's asking, is there a map of how the campground will be set up so we can get an idea where we will park? Lucy, I'm going to tell you the answer to that is no. The way there's not a campground. We're taking over the whole ground. So there is full hookup areas in different locations. We'll have 50 amp layout in different locations. Depends on if you're a volunteer, if you're just an attendee coming to take part in the event. So I can't tell you, and I can't really show you where this is all going to be. There are certain areas where we know the full hookups will be parked, where certain other things will be parked, but I'm not sure if you're part of that group or how you're going to get parked when you show up. So I'm afraid to say I can't tell you that. Once you get there, you'll be able to certainly find on the map where you're at and how you need to get around, either in or out of the fairgrounds, or how to get from where you're at into the main activity areas. We will have trams there. We have buses that run around and pick people up. We have 6-passenger golf carts and 4-passenger golf carts that'll be running around picking folks up and moving them from the campground area, the parking lots, to the buildings and where the different things are taking place.
Brian wants to know when Will Call will open. They're not staying on the grounds.
Will Call, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're just looking to get your credentials, we can have them for you as early as Friday. You're going to have to come up and find the parking team, or find us at the info center to see where they're at. We do take those with us from Cincinnati. We get down there at some point. We will pass them off to the parking team, who will take care of the will call. Our will call typically does not open up until Sunday. So if you want to come over Sunday, they'll certainly be there at that point. If you want them sooner, you can we can mail them to you if you don't want to do that. If you want to just pick them up there, I would say by Sunday, you can certainly for sure say that they'll be there at the will call area over on the east side of the grounds.
And you'll be emailed all the information, Brian, in advance. So you just follow wherever it says will call is, just enter that gate, or it's usually called the welcome area. Welcome center.
Right.
So just follow those directions, but you'll have everything in advance other than your actual placard.
Linda's asking,
Yes.
is there a list of the seminars, what is still open and what is sold out? Linda, we will soon have a list of seminars posted on the website. The way the seminars work is, except for crafts, everything's open. It's open area. You just walk and go to a seminar. You don't have to sign up. It doesn't sell out. Rarely do we have a situation where we have to turn people away from a seminar. It doesn't often happen. I think it's happened a couple times in the past, but it really doesn't. So you just decide which seminars you want to go to, and then you show up. We'll have over 100 seminars scheduled for this event. So there, we'll have 10 running at a time, kind of thing. So there's plenty of opportunity for you to go and see and hear folks on just about any topic that you like.
Sometimes it's standing room only, or you are blocked out just because it's so full, but it's not it's hard to say what's popular, who's free. It's hard to judge, but we do our best to get as many seats in there as possible. Now the crafts, sometimes they do sell out, but you'll know that on Wednesday.
Carol, the reason Barb said seminars were sold out, when she kind of misspoke, the seminar spaces are sold out as far as we don't have any more rooms to put new people who are wanting to actually present seminars. It's not sold out as far as who can attend. We don't have any more positions for folks who want to do seminars, do the presenting. So, we only have a certain number of rooms and a certain number of slots each day. So those are filled right now. That's what she was talking about.
I'm sorry. That was confusing. Sorry.
So
I was meaning we had so many seminars that it's going to be a good show. So.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have plenty of space for folks to actually come and take the seminars. If that's, that seems to be what's in question here.
Okay. Sorry, Carol. All right.
All right. Ladies Luncheon chapter events. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, we have the parade and the chapter fest. On Tuesday also, we'll have the chapter fair. That takes place immediately after the first timers orientation on Tuesday. Typically, first timer starts at 3:45. We'll start the chapter fair. It'll run till about 5 or so. It's always a good way for first timers. They're going to be in there, listen to the first timers orientation. Afterwards, they can go talk to the folks who have chapters, who are representing their chapter, to see if it's something that you would be interested in joining. We have 100 and something chapters going on at any time. I'm not sure how many we're going to have. Usually we have about 50 sign up for the chapter fair, and they're ready to talk to you all about what they do, where they go, some of their activities. And then they'll also invite you to the chapter fest on Thursday, so you can come have some fun with them. Usually during the chapter fest, the chapters will have some food, drink, some different activities that they might be doing, that they want to show off to you and show you kind of the way they have a good time and the things they do when they get together.
Will there be RV maintenance vendors on site? Sorry if it was discussed.
We will have some service folks, and we'll have more information about that. Yeah, we did talk about that a little bit earlier. There will be some service providers there. That list will be coming out. Some you'll have to sign up. You'll have to do pre-sign-ups, so you'll sign up before you get to the event. Others will sign up on Wednesday morning, and you can go to the service center and sign up. And then after that, you just go to their booths and sign up with the folks that you want to have come out and look at your either your problem, or if you want to have something installed or things like that.
What are some of the types of craft activities? And just so you know, I'll have a craft corner listed in the credential packet with a listing of the crafts too. But I have diamond painting, I have jewelry making, I have 2 acrylic painting classes, pencil art class. I have shell jewelry holders, I guess. There's all types of things. I have a wood painting class where you actually paint and sip with iced tea. So there's a wide variety of items right now, but you'll love it. policy?
Pet policy is you can have your pets in the parking lots with you. You can take them around. You are not permitted to bring them in the buildings. We have a pet policy now. If it's a service animal, obviously the service animals can go anywhere with their human. But we do not encourage, and we do not condone, and we do not permit pets to be coming into the buildings or into the activity areas. If you're outdoors, it's not that big a deal. Indoors, it does become a problem. So we ask, if you're going to be going to seminars, if you're going to be going into the exhibit hall, please leave your pet back at the RV for that time period. For the outdoor stuff, no problem. I mean, even for that, when we're doing coffee hour in the morning, it's going to be outside. So, go ahead and you can bring them to that.
A lot of these rules aren't our rules either. They're the grounds demand some of these things, so we have to follow their rules.
Yeah. Barbara's asking about parking for electric bikes and mobility scooters. Electric bike parking will be just like regular bike parking. If you're riding a bike, we'll have, especially near the larger areas, we'll have some bike rack that you can lock up to. If it's some of the smaller areas, I suggest you have your own lock and just lock it down. And FMCA is not responsible for your bike. If it gets taken, we'll certainly help you try and find it, but it's kind of up to you to make sure it's secure. As far as mobility scooters, if it's a mobility scooter, I'm guessing the person would still be on it, so they can take those into all the exhibit halls as long as it is an ADA qualified transport device. So should be no problem there. If it's anything larger and we have to come over and look at it, we'll determine whether it is something that can go inside the buildings or not. Some people will push the limits of those types of things. I certainly hope not, but we have had to ask some folks to not bring their vehicles into the building.
For first-timer, is first-timer session designed to address just the expo, or does it include FRVA insights?
The first-timers is supposed to address the convention. We do have other seminars during the event that address the different things that go on within FRVA, Family RV Association, as far as the benefits, as far as some of the things that we do as an organization. So that'll be a seminar separate during the event. The first timers orientation is for those who are new to the event and how they should navigate the convention itself.
Do different manufacturer groups have meetups? Frog, for example.
It depends on the group. If the group decides to do a meetup, whether it's an official meeting that they'll plan with Barb or with us, they can certainly do that. If they're doing something on their own that they might be contacting you, or they might be sending out an e-blast or something like that, that's up to them. We'll certainly help them out, but we don't schedule it unless they ask us to schedule things like that. Yeah. And we do have groups that do that type of thing. But it's dependent on their leadership and what they want to do as far as creating get-togethers.
If you have a question, you could give us a call. I can let you know a contact.
Right.
If they've arranged anything.
And if you know somebody who's wanting to do that, maybe you're wanting to do such a thing, let us know, and we'll certainly help you get the word out, schedule it, do those types of things.
Did you talk about driven to care?
No,
okay.
We haven't hit that at all.
Okay, good.
One of the things we started this, I think back in maybe 2022, although we've been doing some iterations of it even before that, is our Driven to Care program, where we select a charity in the area and we determine that we're going to do some fundraising for them. For this event, it is the Halo Group. They work with adults with disabilities, and they help them learn. They help them get jobs. They do different things to make them valuable members of society and make them feel like they are contributing, make them feel good about what they're doing. It's a great group. A lot of great stories coming from this group from about people who, have risen above some of the challenges that they have. We do a couple things. We do our Driven to Care silent auction, which has grown incredibly over the years. We ask chapters, we ask groups, we ask individuals, anybody to create a basket, to create something that is a biddable item. We put it all out in our info center, and then for 3 days, people bid on those items. And it's, like I said, it's been so successful the last few years that I think we had 45, 50 items last year.
Yeah,
it's just crazy. So that's one big component. We also do our Magic Mile, which is we do that typically on Friday morning, 8 o'clock. Everybody will get together, and it's just a nice big group walk, run, whatever you want to call it, where folks will do a mile around the fairgrounds, and we'll have an established course. Everybody will get out there, do that. We do ask that you make a donation of $10 to do that, so that we can give that to the Halo group. And at the end, we will give that donation to them. Dane Bailey, who is one of our chaplains, and also he's an auctioneer. He has agreed to do some pie auctions, which we've done in the past and have been super successful. So he'll be doing that again this year. And that's always raised a bunch of money for us as well. So we have about 2 or 3 different avenues that we'll be raising money for the Halo group. And it's a way for FMCA to go into community and not only, just be there for our event, but to leave a little something behind to make the area a little bit better every time we go.
And the Halo group will have a presence on the grounds. They want to offer, a few little classroom projects that you can join in, and all proceeds, of course, would go to them. They want to do a craft or whatever. So you'll be seeing them, and they'll join you on the walk. And so, it's going to a good place. Cool. Where are we at? Really? Meeting came out with it. Okay.
Yep. Ron said, will there be a collection of quilts like
Yes.
in Redmond? There will.
Yes.
We will certainly be doing that for anyone who is doing quilts. I know Barb has been working to try and find somebody to oversee the quilt thing, because
Garnett is going to do it.
Okay. I did not know that. Thank you for letting me.
We're getting it
Okay.
together.
So, for the ladies who do the quilting, we will certainly have that, as we have for as long as I can remember, the quilting program at this event, and talk about the quilts that were made, and then do the donation and hang them up so everybody can see them.
1 o'clock on Wednesday somewhere. I'm not going to get too specific, but it'll be 1 o'clock on Wednesday when they gather. Then we'll put them up, and then the Perry Quilters Guild will help distribute to the proper places.
Good. Glad to hear that.
Yep.
John and Sharon said we are already registered, but if decided we'd like to take the RV basic class. How do we do that? What I'm going to suggest you do, give us a call, 800-543-3622. We can add that to your registration already. It's a great program. And we're trying to build this thing up. And if you're interested, please, take the class. It will teach you how to use that RV, and make sure that you understand all the different systems, all the processes, all the things you have to do if you're new to RVing, and how all this stuff works. Gary Sipa and his team do an outstanding job in describing and in informing, teaching all the things that you need to know as a new RVer, and how this thing works, so that when you run into a problem, you can diagnose it, potentially fix it, or at least be able to tell someone who you're going to be working with what the problem is in some terms that they can understand. So please, anybody else, if you are interested, if you know folks who you think might benefit from it, let them know about the RV Basics program. We'd love to have that room packed with 100 people if possible.
Along with that, we also have an inter-program called RV Curious, and they'll be meeting every day at noon in various buildings. Watch the program. If you know anybody who's just in between and they just don't know, what to buy or what, this meeting will take place, and have them join in, and they can come in on a day pass if they're local or if they're part of the show and they just want more information about RVing. there's 4 times I think they're
Right.
meeting.
Right. We're
every
going to,
day.
yeah, we want to encourage anyone who's not a member of Family RV Association, or if they're just kind of, what is this RVing thing? How does it work? How would we fit in? What is it that we need to know before we start doing it? That's kind of what we're looking for with this RV Curious. So we want to get folks in who are curious about the lifestyle and who want to find out more. And we have some folks who are gonna, do some presentations about what the lifestyle is like and how they've embraced it themselves. Going back to RV Basics, it's a great program. We also have the RV Driving School, which is done. It's almost 6 days we do it. It's all before the event is held, where you will come and you can take the driving class if you've never driven an RV before and you want to learn how to do it. Maybe you're scared, maybe you've never done it, maybe you're hesitant to do it. These guys give you the confidence and the knowledge and the skill to become proficient on the road behind the wheel. They also have the backing school, and a lot of folks, they can go forward, but that going backwards, it's a little, and I know there's more than a few fights that have started because of that. So if you want to keep the peace in the house, this might be something that you want to do, you and your spouse, so you can get acclimated to doing the backing procedures. I think they have 9 different stations that they take you through to do different type of backing maneuvers and pull through maneuvers and things like that. It's a great program. Both of them are great programs. And I would encourage you, if you're a driver who needs some help or you've never driven before, this is the place to go. And we offer it before our event. So you go do this, you get done with the class, and then you come over to the convention. It's in the same location, but we'll park you in one area. Once you're done, then we'll get you parked in your final spot.
Call us because we have to kind of schedule it. So it's a little, you can't do that online.
No, we have to do some special scheduling to make sure that we have the right number of people in the right classes. And you can't just, like Barb said, you can certainly register for RV Basics online, but if you want to do the parking, the driving and parking classes, give us a call.
Yep.
What's our number?
800-543-3622.
There you go.
I remembered it. Merry Christmas, Brian.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. What else we got to talk about here? Where are we at?
Well, you did the chapter fest.
Okay, we did that. We got volunteer info.
FMCA.com.
Yeah, there is a lot of information out, and I know folks sometimes have a hard time finding it. And I really wish, and it's something I know that we're going to be working on. Noah is going to be involved. I'm sure Steve. Those guys are producers on the other side of the camera here. They also work in our IT department and do a lot with the website. And I believe in the next, I'm not sure what timetable, we'll be evolving that website so it's a lot easier for folks to maneuver and find things. We do have a lot of information out there. If you go to our website, FMCA.com, at some point it's going to turn over to FRVA.com. So I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but soon it will. Up at the top on the left-hand side, you'll see events. Click on events, and then there'll be a drop down. It'll have a whole lot of other choices. Click on the Return to Perry, Lafitte's Lost Treasure link. Click that, and another drop-down box will come down, and you'll see all of the options. We have all kinds of information in them different pages, whether it's Info Central, First Timers, Exhibitor Directory, and some other things. So go on that, find out information. If you ever have a question, any kind of question, please email to us at convention@fmca.com. We'll be happy to get back to you, usually within half a day, sometimes within 10 minutes. Just depends on what's going on. If I get something, I try and answer it as quickly as possible. But we want you to have as much information as possible, and a lot of that's out there. As I mentioned earlier, there's going to be a lot more out there in the coming months or coming weeks after we get done with the holiday break and get back into it. I can tell you, and Barb knows it, once we get into January, it will be March in 2 seconds.
Yes.
That's just the way things work when we're doing this. It'll be the same with you guys. As you're getting ready to go, you'll think, yeah, we got a couple months, and all of a sudden you'll be packing up and heading to Georgia.
Facebook group.
we do have the Perry attendee Facebook group that's out there. And it's getting more and more folks going on there. You just have to get in there, sign up. You'll get permission. You have to ask permission to get in. They'll give you permission to get in. And then you can be start communicating and sharing ideas and thoughts and things, asking questions with other folks who are part of the group. And quite honestly, Barb and I do this here, and we do it from one perspective. When you're on a Facebook group with folks who actually have gone to these conventions, who are doing this on a regular basis, they have a little bit different view of the whole event. So they can give you sometimes better answers than we can even on what's going on during these conventions. So I encourage you to join that group. A lot of good people out there who have good information. We post information on there as well. So it's a great resource for those who are preparing to go and maybe want to find out more about the event.
What is the participation percent of motor coach to travel or to tows?
It's growing. It used to be like about 1%. I think we're probably up to after the Redmond convention, and I'm not sure what it is now. I can maybe look that up. I haven't been really tracking it at this point so far. I think it's probably up to 15. I don't want to say 20, but I think it's maybe about 15% now with towables versus motorhomes. It's slowly growing. We're trying to get more and more folks, RVers who have the towables into our organization. Grand Design chapter, they're coming. They have a nice group coming in this time who we're working with. They're going to caravan in. They're doing some special things. So it's nice to see that happening. And that's kind of the first steps to get different groups in there as one. So, my goal, my thought is, within the next, 3 or 4 years, we're growing that up to 20, 25, 30%. Obviously, FMCA for 50 something years was just motorhomes. So it's taking a little while for this to turn over, a little bit slower than I think most people would have expected. But we are slowly growing that. We're trying to do more and more things, whether it's seminars, whether it's bringing in more RVs that are towables, those types of things to attract more towable owners, those who are interested in towables, into that lifestyle. And I think there's folks who have owned motorhomes for a year and didn't know anything, they didn't know anything different. And now they're starting to see what's available in the trailers, what's available in these fifth wheels. And they're pretty darn impressive, I have to say. So, there's a lot of that going on now. Obviously, towables in the RV industry are so much bigger than motorhomes. So we want to invite as many folks who are owners of those types of RVs into our group, into Family RV Association.
Well, a lot of this started was because the parents might have had the motorhome, but then the kids weren't able to afford that yet, and they had the trailer or the fifth wheel, and they couldn't come together. So we opened this up so that we would get that the next generation, so to speak, and then they'll outgrow theirs. It just keeps going on and on. So it's a wonderful thing that we're doing this now.
Ken's asked, if you are bringing a golf cart on a trailer, is there a place to park the trailer? It depends on the size of the trailer and what we'll ask you to do with that trailer. Our parking team will work with you when you get parked as far as where that trailer needs to go. It might be able to stay on your site depending on where you're parked at and, what type of RV and what type of parking you received or you chose to get. That might, was that? Oh, we're getting a cue from our producer that it's 4 o'clock. Time flies. But anyway, I'm sorry. But our parking team will work with you on that, on where the trailer needs to go. Typically, we like to keep it as close as possible to where you're at. If it doesn't fit in your site, we'll find some place close that we can store it. That it may be close. We're not going to ask you typically to park it on the other side of the grounds. If you're parked in one lot, we're going to have you park it on the east side and you're on the west side. There are many opportunities to find locations where you can park that. So that's not going to be a super concern. The parking team will certainly work with you in that regard.
Yes. You're glad you're happy. Coming to Grand Design.
Yeah.
Coming to Perry. We're really excited to have you guys. We're going to kind of probably go quickly through some bullet points because of the time.
Are we?
We better.
Okay.
We got the word.
Well, the early
we
bird
just said
deadline,
go.
as I mentioned, I think a little bit earlier, the early bird deadline will be January 15th. That's a Wednesday, a little under a month from now. So if you haven't signed up yet, if you have friends, I encourage them to sign up by that time. If you chose to be part of the partial payment program where you paid half up front and you're going to get charged half, down the road. Well, the road's coming to an end here on January 13th. And that's when we will charge the second part of that payment. We will send out some e-blasts about that ahead of time to those who still have a balance, to let them know that we are going to be charging that. If there's a situation where your credit card either has expired or you've lost it and had to get it replaced or any of those types of things, please give us a call ahead of time so we can get that straightened out and get the card charged. So we can do that, really efficiently. If not, we're going to be calling you anyway at some point and saying, hey, your card didn't run. Can you help us out? After that, the next week, from the 15th, we'll go to the 22nd. That is when we will start sending out the confirmation packets to those who are having them mailed. Right around the same time, maybe a day or two later, we're going to be sending out an e-blast to those who chose to have their confirmation held at will call. And we'll be sending you basically a PDF of the confirmation booklet, PDFs of a lot of anything else that's really in the confirmation packet, what day you're supposed to arrive. The only thing you're not going to get is you're not going to get your parking cards. You're not going to get your badges. You have to pick those up on site. But all the other information will be there. We'll send you a PDF of a will call placard to put in your windshield so that when you show up, the folks at parking will know you need to go to will call to get your packet.
All that information will also be available on the information central that we talked about earlier.
And if you have any questions about when you're supposed to arrive, what kind of parking you got, any of that, give us a call, 800-543-3622, or send us an email at convention@fmca.com.
Okay,
Steve, you're great.
Keep us going. Okay, Shade Pro coming up.
Yes, we have some things coming up starting tomorrow. We'll be doing the third. It's third, right? It's a third time of our Shade Pro Pirates Booty Fuel Card giveaway drawing tomorrow, 3:00, right here, but not right here. We'll be in this room, but we'll be over there. We'll be doing this. Yes, our studio will flip. We'll be drawing names, two people who are going to get $300 fuel cards, courtesy of Shade Pro. If you have any awning, shade, any of those types of needs, those are the folks to call. Give them a buzz. They'll be one of those service folks that you're going to see running around the fairgrounds, and they do a great job. And we appreciate what they do with this program with us. The next time we do this, and we'll be talking a lot more about the confirmation packet, what all those things are that are in the confirmation packet. That will be happening on January 29th. That's a Wednesday again. What's that?
Roger.
Wednesday.
Feeling lucky.
Good luck, Roger. Where did we put his slip?
I don't know. It always ends up somewhere.
I know. I don't know where it went. I don't know. Maybe we'll see if we can get your slip in the bucket this time, Roger. It keeps on falling out and it gets misplaced.
We find it after the show's over.
It's laying on the ground somewhere. Anyway, the next Q&A will be the 29th of January at 3:00. And as Barb mentioned, that we will be we'll be going over a lot of the confirmation packet, what all those things are that you're going to be seeing. The arrival process, a lot of the other, that kind of stuff. We'll probably get into a little bit more of what's going to be happening entertainment wise at the event, some of the special activities we have, stuff like that. Is there anything else we haven't touched on? You want to talk about the book club just for a second?
Excitingly, I have another wonderful author. It's just become a habit now. I don't know, since 2018, I've had some wonderful, and this is one of our own members, is published, Louise Butler, and she'll be there she'll be there the whole show, but Saturday at 1:00 in seminar 1 will be her book our book club featuring Louise Butler, and I shall wear ivory and jet, sorry. And it's a very interesting story, and it's sort of presidential.
It is
The
presidential.
wives of the presidents. It's very interesting. So get the book. She'll be there to sign it. I might have some for sale at the info center, but it's good to get it ahead of time, and she'll sign them for you. Thank you.
All
Be
right.
there.
Linda is asking, how do you register for the fuel giveaway? If you are registered for the convention, you are registered for the fuel giveaway. Anybody who is fully registered for the event has a slip of paper in that treasure chest over there, or they will have. If they've just registered recently, then we'll be printing those out and adding those to the slips of paper that shall be pulled tomorrow. Tomorrow.
3 o'clock.
Anything else that we need to discuss?
I think we did well.
That hour went really fast.
I know. And Steve was like, "Well, we're in 6 minutes." You mean?
Are we on deadline? You
did.
got somewhere to go?
No. I think we hit it.
We hit it all. As I mentioned, we'll be doing this again next month. Bring your questions if you have more. If there's nothing else, I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. We are looking forward to a great 2025, and I hope you all as well. Best to your family and friends and anybody you care about. Right?
That's right. When
Do you have something to say?
Well, we're the staff is kind of gifted some time off. So, but if you need to reach us, we do keep probably best to email over the time of the holiday season, and we'll get back to you. Email us.
If you send something to convention@fmca.com, I'll be answering email throughout the holidays. So go ahead and send some information. If you have questions or concerns, get that from us or get that to us, and I'll be happy to answer.
Yeah. And you're very welcome. We're very, very welcome, and we look forward to this journey.
Yep.
To FRVA.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. Perry's always a great time. I am pleased, everyone. Pray for good weather.
Yeah.
We've got some fun things that we want to do outside, and rain and cold will not allow that to happen. So let's make sure that we are all doing our happy dance for good weather.
Yes.
Right.
And good health to all of you.
Good health for everyone. Yes. That's one of the things that disappoints me and frustrates me, and I know it does for folks who are registered and then they have to cancel because of health issues. I feel bad for those folks. I understand things happen, but hopefully, we don't see a whole lot of that coming forward as we get closer to the event. So everybody take care. Once again, happy holidays, and we will see you in about a month. Take care.